What is up, guys, and welcome to FPL Today. I'm JNO. Hope you're having a great day and hopefully things are going well for you in life currently. Some positive energy out there for you if you need it through tough times. Thank you so much for everyone that did go out and give my family the best wishes after, unfortunately, all of them got coronavirus. They look all on the mend, so everything is good there. My wife has now tested negative, and the children are nowhere near as bad as they were. Touch wood, I've still not got it yet, so we continue to move on, make videos for you guys, and hopefully have a great end to the season. But before we get into how I've done so far in Game Week 26 and what my plans are for Game Week 27, here's a quick word from sponsors of this video, SPITCH. SPITCH is the ultimate fantasy football manager game that's just hit the market. This game is available for those of you in the UK and Ireland, for everyone over 18 years of age. It's a fantasy football manager app that lets you build your team, collect points and battle it out against other managers. Play for free, compete against your friends in communities and have a chance to win a share of up to £70,000 on a weekly basis. That's right, there are weekly competitions, not just season ones, so every game week matters all season long. Various competitions are available on different pitches, and once again there are free games to play. Click on the top link in the description and download the app for free, and let's get back to the video. Thank you SPITCH for being sponsors of this channel for the next couple of months. Support is much appreciated, so do go and check them out. I actually didn't do too bad over the weekend because we did pick some decent players. Currently I'm ranked 165th out of 1,388 players playing in a free-to-play weekend game. A lot of that is thanks to captaining Salah and also having Weghorst, Saka and Connor Roberts in the side. Do get involved with SPITCH, top link in the description, and let's look how we did in the Fantasy Premier League. So we played triple captain on Mohamed Salah, and so that goal was much needed, as well as the bonus points as we get 10 points tripled to 30, but also we had some great performances elsewhere. The two transfers made were Weghorst for Joshua King, which happened to fortunately be the right decision as far as Watford strikers going out was concerned as well. And we did bring in Coutinho for the injured Diogo Jota. Now, it sounds like Jota's going to be okay and back into the side very soon, but to be honest, with Luis Diaz coming in and Firmino around as well as Origi, I just don't like having Jota in the side as well as Salah, because I think there will be rotation, as of course Liverpool are now chasing for the Premier League title and do still have the Champions League to compete for. So I could see Jota's minutes managed. I could also see Mohamed Salah's minutes managed, so I don't particularly want both of them in the side. So the transfer was going to be made anyway, and the injury kind of just sped it up a little bit. We would have kept him for this game week if he had been possibly featured in both games. But the transfer up front did just pay dividends. That's 21 points in my favour by keeping Dennis, not King, and bringing in Weghorst, who, since he's come in, to me has looked like an incredibly talented and composed striker that could do great at Burnley and could be a viable option next season if Burnley do stay up. Unfortunately for me, Dennis did walk off with a bit of a hobble after the end of the Watford game, so is a bit of a concern for the Crystal Palace game, but hopefully he will feature in that one. The midfield, we got Elise, that is still yet to return for me since I brought him in a couple of weeks ago. Coutinho didn't do too great in his fixture, and Bowen, unfortunately, when he was an actual differential for me for the first time, didn't really get on the score sheet in West Ham's draw with Newcastle, who no longer look like the whipping boys. They look very competitive against West Ham. It's just I don't know where the points would come from that side. And then defensively, no points pretty much returned anywhere. I didn't expect Davies to get anything against City. It's more that Burnley game I'm hoping for something from. Tierney and Ramsdale could have had clean sheet points, which would have seen an even better game week for me. And then, of course, Alexander-Arnold didn't start, but he should start in the Leeds game. So hopefully for those of you that captained him over Salah, maybe you'll get some points in that Leeds game. But it does see me end on 66 points. The team's actually scored 70, but I did take a minus to bring in Coutinho and Weghorst for Jota and King. That has seen us massively claw back what was a significant drop in Game Week 25 thanks to Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes' goals late in that game week, a double Game Week for Man United. I don't have them, so of course whatever they do against Leeds today, which is happening after I record this, could affect my rank and see it drop. The actual rank that I'm currently sitting on will be underneath my face cam right now. Hopefully it's still similar to what I'm looking at right now, which is around the 40,000 mark. And I was around the 60,000 mark after a bad game week 25 because I didn't bring in Fernandes or Ronaldo. So hopefully the decision not to make those moves, because to be honest, I didn't fancy United and wanted to actually focus on players for the future up and coming game weeks. And I didn't want a free hit because game week 30 looks like it could have very few fixtures. The only confirmed fixtures for game week 30 being Aston Villa versus Arsenal, Wolves versus Leeds, and Leicester versus Brentford. It could be a very blank game week in game week 30, so the free hit I'm kind of saving for that one. So hopefully my decision not to bring in United players will pay off in the long run, but it definitely didn't pay off in game week 25. Let's now have a look at what my team looks like going into game week 27. So we can field a first 11, but there would be no playing players on the bench, which would be very risky indeed. We've got Dubravka in goal against Brentford away. Much happier to keep someone like Dubravka in my side now that Newcastle look more defensively solid. We've got Cancelo against Everton away, Davies against Leeds away, and Loughton against Crystal Palace and Leicester. Now Loughton unfortunately isn't playing at the moment. Connor Roberts has kind of stepped into that role, so we could just make a straight swap to Connor Roberts to have a double game week again with a Burnley player to join Weghorst, who is of course up front for us. But in midfield we've got Bowen, Coutinho, Son and Elise against Wolves, Brighton Hove Albion, Leeds and Burnley. So hopefully Elise can get something in this game because we've brought him in because of the double game week. Could potentially get something in game week 26 still of course. But Son could be the captain in this one with them playing Leeds. Leeds could be terrible defensively going into this game. We never know what Leeds we're going to get, so maybe Son and Kane can do the damage against them. Hopefully not Kane too much. And then up front, we've got Antonio, Dennis and Weghorst. Antonio with Wolves at home, Dennis, Man United away, and Weghorst with the double game week, just like Loughton. Now the bench is Ramsdale, Alexander-Arnold, Salah and Tierney, so not playing at all. And the concerns would of course be if Dennis does have an injury, that's another man down. Cancelo could be involved in Pep Roulette because of course they are competing on so many different fronts, and the hope now is that because Liverpool have closed the gap, there's going to be a more consistent bunch of first team players for Man City that we can rely on, and hopefully Cancelo is one of them. And of course Loughton we need to change, so there's at least one transfer that has to be made there, and it would either be Loughton for a defender around the same price, or we could of course get rid of Tierney, Salah, Alexander-Arnold, one of those three, but the likelihood is I want to bring back Alexander-Arnold and Salah, and Tierney hasn't been bad for me at all, so Loughton is probably going to be the first transfer, and then potentially we could look at making another transfer if we hear rumours that one of my players isn't playing. Is it ideal to have no bench? No, but hopefully it does leave us in good stead because of course there are double game weeks in 28 and 29. So let's have a look at those fixtures and try and figure out who we're bringing in for Loughton and potentially what players we need to target in the up and coming double game weeks. So if we have a look at the fixture ticker from Fantasy Football Hub, do check out their link in the description if you want to sign up with them and have access to this fixture ticker. We can see top of the table is Wolves. We of course have a double game week in game week 28 of Watford and Crystal Palace, which looks fantastic. So potentially, if we don't fancy Connor Roberts and that Burnley double game week in 27, we could actually go for a Wolves player, and then we'd have the double game week in 28. We've also got Southampton, who have looked very good as well recently, Newcastle and Aston Villa. Those would be the first two to jump out to me. If Newcastle still had Kieran Trippier, he would be an option with that Southampton Brighton Hove Albion double game in 28 as well. And of course, Digne for Aston Villa, Leeds and Southampton in a double game week too. And then game week 29, we also have a double game week for Newcastle. So that's 4 fixtures in 2 game weeks. Again, if Kieran Trippier was around, Everton, Chelsea wouldn't be terrible. And Spurs have a double game week 29, Brighton Hove Albion and Man United, although I've already got Davies there. And then we've got Everton, Newcastle and Wolves, but they have Man City and Tottenham before that. And to be honest, I still think things are trying to be figured out at Everton. Brighton have Tottenham and Liverpool, not the best double game week there for them. And Arsenal have Liverpool and Leicester. Meanwhile, we've got Liverpool with Arsenal and Brighton Hove Albion in game week 29. So, most likely we're going to be looking at players that really could do well for me in game week 28, who then also have a decent fixture in game week 29, because I think the rub of the green goes in the favour of options from game week 28. And that's looking at the likes of Wolves, Southampton and Newcastle. Right now, none of the centre-backs at Wolves or the full-backs look like bad options at all. Southampton, Livramento has just coming back into the side. Kyle Walker-Peters looks in good form as well. And then with Newcastle, I just don't think there's any real standout option there. Maybe Target can get a good run. He can get assists. We've seen it at Aston Villa. But I think I prefer Wolves and Southampton. So that's most likely the way I'm going to go to get Loughton out of the side for game week 27. And to be honest, Southampton have the better fixture in game week 27. So that is more likely the way I go. Kyle Walker-Peters seems to be the one that my brain is favouring right off the bat. But we will, of course, do more delving into the data before we make that transfer. Exciting transfer though, yeah? Kyle Walker-Peters. That's what you come to view. Real nail-biting transfers that could change a season. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit that like button, subscribe and hit that notification bell. It all helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And check out SPITCH. Show them that partnering with FPL today was a good decision. You can literally play for free and get some money. The money prizes aren't great if you're playing for free, but still it's free money. So why not join? See if you can have a good game week, decent game week like I did. And also check out the other partners of the channel in the link in the description and get involved in the comments. Say what you need from the rest of this double game week. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.